Let's have anything you do have for props. I'm not sure what you guys got at home. I know Irene has a lot, but she's not on us today, so we'll do our practice. Yay, a ball! Good. So a ball, roll of toilet paper or your block for that idea of, yay, girl, inner thigh work, something like that. So we kind of remind ourselves how we should feel. Sit in yourself in any way you want. Let's just take a minute or two just to kind of unwind. Be grateful that as crazy as life is, we get this opportunity to be together. And I will go ahead and put you on mute as we are settling in here. Just taking a long, deep breath. And then let the breath all the way out. Let yourself focus on breathing for a moment. Become aware of the breath and how it feels. Let the breath just help you find just a few moments of stillness, of quietness. And take a long, deep breath in and sigh out the breath. And do a quick check-in on how you feel today. We're feeling a little tight, stiff, sore. Maybe we feel fantastic. And just take a moment to be grateful no matter how we feel. And then we'll do some movement with our head, bringing our chin to our chest. Rolling the head over to one side. And then the other side, just allowing the neck to kind of loosen up. Create that little bit of movement back, side to side. And come back to the center and then chin tuck and head up and a little bit back, like you're nodding yes. And then bring the chin up to its natural place and a couple shrugs, shoulders to the ears and then release, and shoulders to the ears, release. And then a big stretch out with the arms and reach them up, stretch and stretch. Maybe lean to one side and then the other side. And then back to center, a little twist, taking the arms down to one side. Find a twist. Inhale, breath lengthens you. Exhale, maybe twist a little bit more. And then back to the center, arms up, maybe roll the hands, shake the hands, get the wrists moving a bit, and then rotate the opposite direction. And again, find your spinal twist. Deep breath in. The exhale, turn. And then back to the center. Rolling the arms around so the shoulders get a little bit of movement. So create that movement forward and then back. Okay, good. So then let's go ahead and come onto hands and knees like our Pilates class at the studio. The blanket if you need it, maybe your cushioning is enough with the rug underneath you. Come into all fours and create a little bit of cat-cow stretches. Belly button to the spine and then the opposite direction without dropping. Create that arch in the back. Still keep the core active and strong as we move back and forth, cat-cow stretches. And then back to tabletop. Hands walk a little bit forward. We go into our modified plank. So shift forward on the knees, modified plank. And then shift the body back, not child's pose yet, but just stretch a couple times. Forward and back. And then stretch it all the way back to your child's pose. Lowering yourself down, hips towards your heels, arms extended, stretched up for a big stretch. Give our body a little side stretch again by walking both hands over to the left. Hips are still down as much as it works for us. And then walk it over to the right. And then back to center. Hands walk a little bit more forward. Go ahead and take yourself up to your first down dog. Stretch out a little bit. Walk the dog, like bend in the knee. Other heel pushes down. And create that movement. And then come back to all fours. All right. Let's go ahead and take all fours in our spinal balance work. So into all fours, take your right foot back. Right heel lifts up, and take a moment here to connect the core and do a little bit of action in the core. Glutes engaged, heels pushing back. Once we feel steady there, if you want, the opposite arm comes up, and then make that arm extend out. Keep the whole backside of the active and your core active as we reach and stretch and hold. Keeping the arm up, the leg up. Take the arm out to the side, the leg out to the side, and then back to the midline. And again. And last time. Then hands back down. All right, give your wrist a shake. Shake it out, and then we'll go to the other side. Taking our spinal balance, the leg back. The opposite leg, heel up, hip points down, core is engaged. When you're ready, if you're ready, opposite arm. Stretch, hold, and breathe. And then take the arm out to the side, the leg out to the side, back to center. 3 more. Good, and then back to center. Take it back into child's pose or up into down dog. It's going to stretch out again. And then back onto our knees. Go ahead and bring yourself to seated, bringing the feet out in front of you. All right, so remind ourselves how we want the core to be. We need that wrapping of the corset, the zipping of the pants, long in the spine, and kind of find your boat pose with the sits bones. Maybe we're going to take the ball or our block or toilet paper between the thighs. Now engage the inner thighs, so we should feel the action. Inner thighs, pelvic floor, zip of the core, long shoulders back and down. Bring the arms out in front of you. Slowly, as we're squeezing us between the thighs, arms are extending out. Take yourself down slowly. Find that spot where it's a bit of a challenge. Curl the belly in if you want to go lower. And just take yourself down as low as that shaking starts. And then bring yourself up sitting tall. Modify with any back issues. Again, bring yourself down. And then back up. Let's do 2 more. One more. So I taped a stretching chair video this morning, and I moved my picture down, back up tall, and then remove the ball, and we can do a little butterfly stretch. And I was sitting there doing it, and the corner drops down. But I lowered it so we can see it more, like even here in Pilates. Kind of rearranged my situation here. All right, and then bring ourselves back up. Back into our boat pose. Now, that thing between our legs, we're going to take it away, but we want to keep that action. So keep the action going on as you move it. Then we can maybe go back a little bit. We're going to find our boat pose, again, long, and reach one leg up and then the other. So the movement's from the ankle, but we got our core strong, holding our leg up a little bit. I mean, it's from the knee. This is your knee, not your ankle. Okay? Good? And then stop a moment. If you want to try both legs at the same time, make sure you're secure and strong. Hands can even be the ground, and maybe you bring both at the same time. If that's like feeling too much on the back or any area, just alternate them. Oh, good. My window needs to come open. And then bring them both back down. Bring yourself forward, extend the legs out, Dandasana. Point the toes up, point them towards your feet. Sit up tall. And then you can go forward into a stretch and then even fold into that stretch. All right, bring ourselves back up, back into that boat pose. Any version you want to do now. So we're going to do boat, our version, our choice. One leg at a time, maybe both legs come up, but don't lose anything. Come on, think of all of that, and even maybe arms go out. And we breathe. If you want to do movement instead, that is perfectly fine. Good. Nice job. Even it out, and then bring yourself back down. All right. Stretch the legs out, point the toes, hands behind, lift up into our inclined plank, bridge pose, or a little stretch. And then bring ourselves back down. Okay, one leg at a time so we get a little bit of the sides. Bring up a leg, a left leg up. So the left arm is going to extend up, and we want to find ourselves nice and tall. Remember, the foot and the leg are grounded. And then we're going to lower ourselves down. And last week we tried this, so let's do this again. Arms out. And then as you lower down, same thing we did with both arms. We lower down and then let that arm open to the side if that works for you. And then pull yourself back up. Remember that slow, controlled movement. Good, we're at halfway there. Okay, when you've completed your last one, bring yourself up nice and tall. Switch legs. Other legs long, grounded, foot ground, arm out. Both arms, sit. And same thing on the other side for 8. Almost there. Don't lose any of it. Can always wait for you, or you can catch up. One more. Whew. All right, any stretch forward. It might be butterfly, it might be long legs, might be legs out wide, and just take a little stretch. Okay, bring ourselves back up. If you need a sip of water, please drink your water anytime. We're going to make ourselves on our way to the floor. So we will want to make sure we have anything we want, blocks or weights or bands along the way. Have it handy, and then slowly bring ourselves down on the mat. If you feel like a little bit more, take it down from your boat, all the way down to the canoe, to the paddleboard, and then all the way to the floor. All right, take a breath or two here. I'm just going to make sure we don't have any new participants that are trying to get in while you guys are just taking a moment. All right, looks good. All right. And then bring your knees into your chest. Give yourself a little hug. Rolling side to side. Extend one leg up towards the sky. Move the foot a little bit. Place your other foot down on the ground so you have the bend in the knee. So I have my right foot down, my right knee is bent. I'm going to do a figure four, taking my left foot onto my knee for a figure four stretch. And then take it to a twist, allowing the foot and the knee to twist to a little bit of a stretch. And then bring it back to center. And we'll switch legs. The other leg is going to go up. We're going to create a little stretch. Move our foot, ankle. And then place that foot, right foot on your left knee, figure four. And then once you've got that figure four stretch, take it to a twist. Taking the knee, the foot down, and feel the stretch, the twist on this side. Uh-oh, I think we lost Effie. Maybe not. All right. And then back to the center. All right, feet back down on the ground, bridge pose. Our feet are on the ground. We still want to have that inner thigh work going on. You're always welcome to take the ball or the block when you can between the thighs to remind your inner thighs what they need to do. We want the zip, the wrap, a little bit of a curve, but our belly button towards the spine. Watch that our head is not tilted back. Bring your chin a little bit more towards the chest. Let the arms come alongside the body. And now let's lift up into bridge pose. Come into bridge and hold. And then we'll do 8 dips where we take our glutes down towards the floor, but we're not quite touching. And engage, lift back up. Up and down for 8 times. And then your last one, bring it all the way down. And the flat back and pelvic tilts. Just at that movement for the pelvic tilts. And 4 more. So if you haven't joined, let's go ahead and move that thing between our thighs. If you haven't joined the Facebook, take the legs and just kind of bring the knees and chest again and roll around one more time. Mandy had posted some core work, and it's just basically some things you can do. So make sure you've been invited or want to be invited. You can talk to me about it later if you're interested and haven't been. All right, so hands underneath our thighs, knees at 90-degree angle. Hands underneath your sacrum. Knees at 90-degree angle, and then extend them up. If you go straight leg, that's fine. If it's bent knees, that's fine. Both legs are up in the air. Inner thighs, everything zipping in, and then let the legs go down a little bit. Kind of find that spot, work a little harder, try to find a little bit more challenge. Take it a little lower. Maybe as low as you can go. Maybe that scoop of the belly, gaze at your feet. You can even do that breath. to get that core to move. So it's that fast breath in, out, breath out, breathe out, breath out, breath in. Maybe you move your feet. Good. And then we'll bring both legs back up. And do it one more time. Take the legs part way down, and that's where you can kind of engage a little bit more. And then maybe a little bit more, and that's maybe where you stay. And then as far as you can go, take your challenge point. Hold. Good, maybe some movement. Good. And then all the way back up. Whew. Remove the hands, grab onto your thighs, and now pull the legs towards you. It's kind of like a plow, but we're not doing the whole plow. We're just pulling the legs towards our face. Get a little bit of stretch in the back side of our legs. Point the toes towards your face. And then bring your feet down. All right. Put something between your knees again, if you can. We're going to take the legs over to one side. Take the arms up to a T. Squeeze the item. Inner thighs, core is active. Both knees are going to go over towards the right. Not a twist. We're just taking it just to that point where you're feeling like, oh man, I got to kick in and hold myself here. And then you take yourself back to the center. And then the other direction, same thing. And back to center. Now add the breath. Exhale. Take it over to the side. Inhale to the center. And exhale to the other side. All right, 6 more. You're doing great. You can do this. All right, we're halfway there. Reconnect, make sure everything is still working as hard as it can. Good. Got one more in you. Make sure you've done both sides evenly. And when you're ready, place the feet back down. Remove the block or the ball. Stretch out the legs long, arms over your head, and give yourself a big stretch. From here, we'll take ourselves to our bridge work. Our bridge work that we sometimes put something underneath our sacrum, or you can still be flat on the back. You don't have to have something. If you do have that block or the ball, place it underneath the sacrum if you want. Coming back into bridge, we're grounding our feet. Shoulders connected, a little tuck of the chin so our head is not tilted back. Keep your left foot grounded to the ground. Take the right leg up. Once we're here, double check. Inner thighs active, nice and strong. Point the foot up towards the sky, and we're going to draw our line down the wall. And then flex the foot, bring it back up. So 7 more. Slowly down. Harder to keep the core strong, but just kind of take the focus there. Try to make all those muscles do what they need to do. You should be about halfway or so. And then when you've got your 8, we'll meet up at the top. Double check, engage the muscles, point the toe, and now they'll circle from the hips, around for 4, And then we got to go the other direction for 4. And then we meet there. Now take that foot and lower the whole leg to about the height of your knee. Flex the foot, and then we're going to take the foot out to the right and back to the center. Make sure your bent knee is nice and strong, steady. Four more. Keep breathing. And when you get your last one, you can do a figure 4. Take the right ankle to the left knee. I hear you all. I know. I agree. I don't actually hear you, but I hear you in my mind. All right. Take the other side now. Find the right foot grounded. You need to lift up because you're on something, let the blood flow kind of recirculate, get that set up before you take the other side. The other leg is going to come up, point the toe, ground yourself on the right side, core is engaged, and then draw 8 times. That foot goes down, pointed, flex as it comes back up. Slow and controlled, halfway there. When you get your 8, just you gotta kind of count because I might be doing it faster. We'll point our toe or slower, point the toe up to the center. The rotation circling around one direction from the hip socket all the way around for 4. Other leg is nice and steady, keeping you here. And then the other direction for 4. And 1. All right, good job. From here, the foot and the leg comes down in line with your other knee. Flex the foot, activate the leg, take it out to the left, bring it back to center. Almost there. When you've done your 8, you can take figure 4. Take that left ankle to your right knee. Take a deep breath. And then place that foot down. If you have something underneath your sacrum and you want to stretch one leg at a time, out long. If you don't have anything still, stretch out. Just allow yourself to stretch. Being on something kind of gives that hip flexor stretch a little bit more. And then we can take that block or ball or whatever up from underneath our sacrum, bring ourselves back down onto the mat. Knees to chest, a little hug. If our back is feeling all right, we can roll forward and back a few times. And then bring ourselves up to seated. Whew, take a drink of water. And let's go ahead and work with that side body now as we get ourselves on our side. So rolling over to one side on our mat blanket, maybe have our other blanket for our head come onto the side body. So we know how this feels. We feel like we've got this all centered, but we'll have to kind of take a look and see if our legs are off to one side or not, just to challenge ourselves into a side mountain pose. Can I balance here? Maybe I can take myself into one arm, reaching up. Maybe my legs come up and I try to find my balance. Good. And then release. All right. Keeping our hand down, our leg down. Let's do the side crunch where we bring one leg up, maybe elbow up, and bring both up for 8. Use the bottom side of the body to make sure we're able to feel grounded. Good. All right, once we've got the 8, then we can work on our clamshells. So the knees can come up, kind of in that knee, and the feet stay together. One knee will rise up, the other, and then bring it back down. We want to have the zip of the core. We want to think about the inner thighs working and the glute as we move slow. You can use that weight, even your hand pushing against it. And then once you've got the 8, we're going to bring the whole leg up. The knee is going to go towards the knee and keep your foot up as you bring it down. You should feel it in the glute a little bit and back up. Good. And then back down. All right. Let's extend the top leg out. You can keep this one bent or both legs can go out again. And then we'll bring one leg forward. And then back. Don't let ourselves fall forward or back. Just creating that movement. You should even feel like the glute cheek starts working a little bit. Have your hand to prop yourself up. A couple more. And then take the leg back. Still keep yourself from falling backwards. Let that leg go back a little bit. And then just pulse that leg like you're trying to squeeze the glute as you kick back and back and back. Good. 3, 2, and 1. All right, let's give it a stretch. The dancer stretch where we pull the leg back. We can grab onto our ankle foot and create a stretch. You might feel it in the shoulder as well. All right, from here, the leg can come up and grab onto your foot, and maybe you extend it out. Or we can be in tree. All right, favorite time onto our belly. So we're going to do our plank, where we're going to hold ourselves in plank, but come onto your belly. Let the hips kind of move a little bit. Give yourself a little break. And then we can do any version of our plank. We usually do that forearm plank. I'm getting my timer set up here. And we know this is a good all-around body work. You're always welcome to do it from the knees. Ready, set, lift up, let's go. Bring yourself up to your plank. Good job. Inner thighs working, heels towards the back, pushing through the shoulders, gazes down, head is in line with our spine. Our spine is in line with our head, not dropping. Good. Hold yourself here nice and strong. You guys look great. I see you, Carol. Way to go, Carol. The other ones are hiding. So I'm assuming they're doing well. We're almost halfway. Good. We're good. So keep going. Just think about, you got that walk soon. It's going to be a nice walk. All right. It's going to feel good. You're going to be able to be 6 feet from each other and yell at each other and talk. All right. We got 15 more seconds. You can do this. Come on, Kathy. Hang in there. Effie, Maureen, I know you guys got this. 8, 7, 6. Man, this seems so much harder than last week. 3, 2, 1. Take a breather. Woo. Stretch it back. My timer won't stop. There we go. Whew. All right, and thank goodness for me joining Zoom, so we got more time. We can do one more round. All right, find your plank. Maybe you want to try high plank for a change or do something different. Set yourself up. Whew. Get yourself ready. We're going now. Hold ourselves strong. Think of all these muscles, inner thighs, glutes. Everything is just working to keep us here. This is what's going to keep us stronger to get through each day of this wonderful life we have, as unique as it is. All right, we got this. So if you guys haven't used Marco Polo, that's a fun little video way to communicate with family. You can tape what you're doing live, but they don't have to see it live. They can always respond back live. Sometimes they do see it live because if you have somebody who's doing it and they go, oh, I got somebody in Marco Polo. And it's not a conversing like Facebook, FaceTime or like Zoom. It's just you're taping and it's live and they can see it live and respond live. It's kind of a fun little action one that I've done with my granddaughter and my son and his sons. And you did it. Good job. Stretch it in any way you want. Might be child's pose, might be down dog. Whew. Way to go, guys. See, 2 times is a charm, right? Okay, work your way to get yourself to the other side of your body. Whether you're flipping the video, you're flipping your body. Once you are ready, you gotta do the side on the other side. So we're gonna come into our side mountain positioning. Hips stacked, knees stacked. Try to keep a straight line as much as you can without being checked. Yeah, you got it. And maybe arm lifts, maybe legs lift. Just try to balance here. All right, nice drop and then release. So now at this point, we are going to, I'm trying to see where I can see myself better. There you go. All right, solid in the top arm, solid in the leg. Lift the leg up. Maybe we add the crunch with the elbow to the leg. So we should be feeling like we're getting a little bit of core, side core work. You should feel like you're having a hard time balancing. All right, excellent. Oh, and then set ourselves up with maybe a little support under the head. Knees come forward, clamshells. Feet stay together, top leg lifts up. Still feel that zip in the core. Knee lifts up. Knee goes down. And 8. All right. Then the knee and foot lifts up. Foot stays up, knee goes down towards the other knee and back up. All right, one more. All right, and now we take either one leg out, the top leg, or both. The leg is going to go forward. Don't let the body go anywhere. Leg forward, leg back. So we should be feeling like we have to really work to keep ourselves from falling back or forward. So the whole idea is that the core is having to stay solid while your leg moves. All right, and then on our 8th, let that leg stay back. Body is still centered. And now pulse so that the cheek is to kind of work to push it back for 8. 2 and 1. All right, little dancer stretch. Moving onto your ankle, your foot, your anything that works. And then we can find our tree, and maybe our tree goes into a leg extension. Okay, taking our foot down, go back on your belly. No, we won't have to do another plank. Let's do a Sphinx pose. So let the hips wiggle back and forth so the legs kind of go out to the side. Keep them relaxed. Forearms on your mat and kind of shift yourself forward and up. Roll shoulders back and down. Allow that stretch. Maybe you need the head turning left and right, or keep it centered. And bring yourself down. We're going to let ourselves rest our head. So some of us will put the hands in front of us and forehead rest on the forearms. Bring the legs back together. They're going to come together. Our heads resting either forward or side to side. Now push the thighs towards each other and then into the ground. Push the feet down, push down into the ground, and then lift both legs up, still keeping them active and strong. So we should be feeling like we're getting a little bit of a back work, back side of the legs. You can relax the head. Little lotus type of pose, and then release. Now keep your left leg, thigh, hip grounded, and take your right leg and lift it up. And then relax the left side, still on the ground. Engage on the leg that's lifted and pulse up for 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Take that leg down. Push it into the ground. Lift the other leg up, engage that leg, and then just relax this side. And then the other side. For 8, up into the air. 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Then both legs down. Whew. Put a band in the legs. Let them go windshield wiper, side to side. And one more. Both legs down, pushing into the ground. Inner thighs toward each other. Feet pushing down in the ground. Choose to relax the head or take your arms out at goalpost or out to the side, or Superman arm, super person arm, right? Lift up the legs, either relax the arms or engage and lift up as well. Good, and then release. Okay, take a couple breaths when you're ready. Lift it up, stretch back. A little bit of a child's pose stretch. And then come up to seated. All right, so we're going to do that little bit of twist and side plank. Take your knees. I don't know what I looked like to you, but knees are going to be both going towards the right. We want to get the hips centered and try to find them even as much as possible. We do want to feel like the inner thighs are working. We've got the zip of the core. So we're sitting up and we've got the knees both one direction. Take the hands out, and we worked a little bit, I think, with our fingers before, but we call them cupcake hands, right? So we got the cupcake like we're trying to avoid getting our hands dirty with cupcake. Make those fingers strong, like you're going to have to grip a jar and turn it. And then make a twist towards the knees, so it's to the, mine is to the right. And then I'm going to do my little push-ups. Make the fingers do a little bit of work. Go down, belly button to the spine, and then push up and twist. So this might be just, I'm making it a little stretch for myself, or I can make it a little bit more work. Let's do 2 more. And then back. All right, now take your right hand, same as the way the knees are, and left arm reaches up and a big stretch back. And then thread your hand between your arm and your body. And then back up. So either continue with that, or if you're like, oh, I need to work one more time, you can take it to side plank, and you can do the same thing. You can even just hold your side plank if you feel like the rotation is not working for you today. Whew. Couple more. Good. All right, bring yourself back down. We're going to do the other way. Just flip the knees the opposite direction. Take a moment to get the hips as centered as you can, and inner thighs, the zip. Then the fingers. We're going to make that twist. We'll make a push up, belly in for 4, 3, 2, and 1. Good job. And then take that left arm down, right arm reaches up, or the opposite, wherever you are, and thread. Get a nice stretch to the side, and then stretch under. And then either continue with that, if that's what you did, or up on your side plank on this side, if that's what you did. So your hand is stacked underneath your shoulder. Good. All right, challenge yourself. A plank. Back to your plank, high plank. For 3, 2, and 1. A stretch up into down dog. And then come down on your knees. All right, guys. Nice job. I'm going to